I'll tell you what we're gonna do, Devin. We're gonna talk about your favorite segment right now, and that's Cleat Heat. Let's get you guys out of the
It's
disparaging.
it's Cleat Heat time.
Let's get
Hey,
you
I'm
guys
not
out of the
like
disparaging area of your
Yeah,
football
we
teams
were.
hurting your souls.
Yeah, let's talk about some Cleat Heat. All right. Honestly,
first
this
off,
week wasn't that impressive.
I'm slow.
It's okay.
What's I can't
No
even
worries.
see what you're doing, but I'm.
Devin's
what's
behind
happening?
anyways.
Yeah, dude, my
Yeah.
reaction time this week between switching from windowed is just
I mean,
I'm
it's
not.
it's a weird week. We just came off Thanksgiving. We're just kind. I mean, you didn't, so
Everyone's
guess not.
slow after No, just use it
No.
as an excuse.
just
Take it and
run
run
with
with
it,
it.
Tony. Yeah, run. What are you
Yeah.
doing? Take the
Yeah, I got some
excuse,
new DMs on the left.
but yeah,
You're coming off a cold.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, that's
sick,
true.
dude. Yeah. Either way, Cleat Heat, week
Sick
12.
like these cleats.
Facts. These cleats are sick, guys. So we got Kasan Nixon here. He's in a pair of Nike Dunks. These are really similar to the ones we saw Kristen Kirk wear last week, rather. You've got the yellow, you've got the elephant print. These are really clean. This guy's had some really quiet, cleat game all season long. So shout out to him. You guys rock with these. I know you guys were huge fans of Kirk's last week, so I assume you will like these as well.
I do like those. I think the elephant print looks really cool. It doesn't necessarily go with the uniform, but it's a cool accent to have on there because the elephant print is known for being that gray color. So you can't really, if you were to mess with it and make it like green or white, it would just look weird.
Yeah, it'd be a little tricky.
Yeah, I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
When I see the photo of the cleats by itself, I think Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just looks like something like George Pickens would wear for sure.
Yeah.
That's who comes
Those
to
aren't
mind.
based off of a shoe, are they? Like
no,
a specific
so Nike. Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a colorway like that for Jordan or anything like that.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah. I agree though.
Yeah.
Steelers look.
Kashawn Nixon, Cassine. I don't know. This guy, number 25 for the Packers. Cool cleats.
I want to say is it Keyshawn Nixon?
Keyshawn, that makes sense. Yeah.
I think it's Keyshawn. Yep.
Yeah. So next up, we got Keenan Allen, LA Chargers in those all blue, royal blue, navy blue uniforms. He pulled out those LeBron 4s. We saw him wear them in practice last week, and then this time he pulled them out in the game. Kind of weird. They don't really match the uniform, but when you're wearing something that cool, I think it just works. We've talked about the LeBron 4 a lot the past 2 podcasts, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it. But they look pretty good. You guys rock with these?
Yeah. Silver. Yep. It works.
Yeah, not too bad. It's clean. Let me know when you swipe, because I am behind.
We did.
Okay, sweet. Next up, we got Quincy Williams, New York Jets. This guy is a frequent flyer on the Cleat Heat lists, and here he is again in Week 12. He has a pair of, it's kind of hard to see. They're what are they? They're Jordan 1, Louis Vuitton, Off-White. He just hit all the demographics. He just hit everything. It's everything in an all-black cleat with the all-black Black Friday Jets uniforms. It's cool. It's a good look. You guys probably like them. I'm not a huge fan, but I know they're cool, so I put them in here. You guys, what do you think?
Are they when they're doing this stuff with Louis V and stuff so I kind of have 2 questions. One, do they have the off-white is kind of just inspiration at this point, right? Just putting the word cleat on the side of it and stuff. There's nothing else that.
Yeah.
You put whatever words in quotes and that makes it off-white.
Pretty much. Then that tag as well.
So. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just that style.
Okay. Yeah, the little green, and then also, are they cannibalizing Louis V bags to make this stuff?
See, that I'm not super sure about. In the past, I know Coda. These are done by Coda Customs, just so you guys know. But in the past, I know Coda has cut up Louis Vuitton bags and stuff to make this work.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still doing that, but I mean, as far as I can tell, it looks authentic. But it might be just as well to cut up fake bags. I would, if I was doing it, I would just cut up fake ones.
Oh, so get fake bags that just go to China. Get the supplier.
They might be authentic because, we talked about a little bit how much he charges for cleats last week. And if he's charging prices like that, it might be because, it's authentic Louis Vuitton leather. But I don't know for sure unless I have it in my hand, which I do not.
It also could have
Yeah.
been the thing where the athlete provided him with the material. Say
True.
he had like an old wallet or an old bag. He said, "Hey, can you turn this into a pair of cleats?"
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these dudes got money to burn, so they might have done that.
All right, next up.
Next up, we got DJ Moore. We talked about him earlier. He was on my fantasy team. Needed like 50 points from him. Didn't get it. Too bad. But he wore a pair of Nike Dunks, and they have like this cow. Trying to think the right way to say it. Pattern? Cow pattern? Yeah.
Looks like a pair of
Cow
Ben
pattern,
and
yeah.
Jerry's.
That's what I was gonna say. It reminds me of the Ben and Jerry's chunky Dunks. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
Just in Bears colorway. So I think they're pretty cool. I was a fan.
Yeah.
I like these a lot. They're unique. I feel like we haven't really seen this too much. So something a little bit different.
Yeah. I like when they get a little I like whenever it's not just a color swap. I like when they actually use a cool pattern and stuff like that. So whenever you do like a cow print or like a camo or the elephant print, I'm a big fan of that. Those will get me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those are cool.
They're clean. I'm a fan. What we got? We slide.
Christian Watson.
There we go. So next up, we got Christian Watson. So I think I've put these cleats on Cleat Heat in the past, but like I mentioned earlier, there wasn't a ton of stuff out there this week. These are custom pair by Coda Customs again, and this is a pair of cleats inspired by the Diamond Turf 96 football cleat. They are white with like a neonish yellowish green, which kind of works with these Packers uniforms, but I like these a lot. I think they're really cool. I think I already talked about them once, but I'm still a big fan of them.
Yeah, it's still cool. Don't love
the
metallic-y of it. It's kind of like lime.
Yeah, the color and the texture is definitely a little wonky.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What do you think, Evan?
There's a lot going on there. I don't know. I don't like how there's like a strap, and I don't like how I don't know. I'm not a big fan of those. I do like the metallic-y look, which is kind of funny.
You do?
It's like the opposite. Yeah, it's like the opposite of what you're saying.
Fair enough. Are we still showing?
Nick Bosa.
Oh, yeah, Nick Bosa. So he wore these last year, I think. But it's super simple. It's a white and gold pair of Jordan 1s. That works so good with these all-white 49ers uniforms. I'm not sure if this is true, but I believe these are Jordan PEs that were initially made for Jimmy Garoppolo back when he was on Team Jordan and back when he was a 49er. I think that's where these come from. I don't think Jordan is making Bosa PEs because he usually just wears the retail Chicago's.
Yeah.
But he's broke these out a couple of times, and like I said, I'm pretty sure these are Jimmy G PEs, but I'm not sure. Either way, white with like that patent leather gold is incredible. These look amazing. Do you guys agree?
Yeah. I think if you're playing on a team like the Niners or the Saints, a team that does have a metallic gold in their uniform, I think you should use every opportunity you can to wear as much chrome gold accessories as possible.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And those work really, really well.
Yeah, they're heat. Big fan.
It is cool to see that. Yeah, you caught this. I caught this too when I was watching the game because, like you said, like Nick Bosa's stuff is like the trade decals, thigh pads is all he does. Other than that, it's like helmet, doesn't care how it looks. He does the trench. It's taking a lot of heat, but he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
White super bads. They're a retail pair. You can go to Dick's Sporting Goods and pick them up.
Yep.
And then cleats, he's always just worn, high top Jordan 1s in the Chicago colorway, just red and black. So yeah, when we were watching the game, I noticed he's gold. It was nice.
Yeah. So when he puts in a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those like high tier athletes that isn't wearing like high tier athlete gear, if you know what I mean. Like he doesn't seem to really care about his appearance. He just wants to get out there and sack the quarterback, and that is it.
I just want to sack the quarterback, man. It's not that easy.
Exactly. Insert that clip. Poor Gino. Did Gino get sacked? Probably, right?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
That's all right. He'll be all right. All right, up next, we've got Jalen Hurts. These are pretty fire. They're a Kelly Green pair of Jordan 12s. I mean, Jalen Hurts has been on these lists all year long, and that's just they're so clean. They're so simple. They just look so good, especially with the Kelly Green uniforms. These are awesome. I mean, Evan's going to talk about them a little bit later, so I'm not going to talk about them too much. But they're pretty fire.
Mm-hmm.
For a guy who just is the most straight to the point, no emotion, just plays ball every single week, straight faced. He tries very hard in the swag department of putting on, nice cleats because he's a Jordan guy. He tries. When it comes to looking good, you can tell he tries, and you see it in his pregame outfits, his postgame outfits. You see it on the field. And it's just funny with like how his attitude is about the game and his emotions and stuff like that. But he's up there in terms of definitely one of the drippiest players in the league, I think.
Yeah, hands down, absolutely. Especially in the quarterback position, he's probably the drippiest guy in football at QB.
Yeah, I would say so.
I love Kyler Murray. I love K1, but Jalen Hurts with the Jordan deal is
he's
probably
dethroned him.
Yeah, tragic. Poor Kyler.
Poor Kyler.
But yeah. All right. On to the next one. What do we got? We got Tutu Atwell.
Oh, someone actually wore these, huh?
Got some
retails. So I don't think I ever thought I'd put Tutu Atwell on a Cleat Heat post, but here he is. He pulled out the Nightmare Before Christmas Adidas Addy Zeros that kind of dropped, a couple weeks ago now. They're like a Jack Skellington inspired. Am I saying that right?
I think so.
I'm not much of a movie guy. So
is it? Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Regardless, it's a unique pair of cleats. I wanted to throw some Adidas on here because I don't want it to just be Jordans and Nikes every single week. And these fit right in. So I was a fan of these. They're cool cleats. I actually just got my hands on a pair, so expect some content on them soon. They're pretty cool. I'll show you guys all the cool details whenever that video drops. But yeah, shout out to Atwell. These are pretty cool.
Yeah, I like those. I like how unique they are. I wouldn't expect an NFL player to wear those, to be honest. So the fact that someone was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, Adidas has been killing it with their Pixar stuff. It's really cool. It's unique.
Yeah.
It's definitely a cool collab.
Yeah. So up next, we've got Jeff Wilson of the Miami Dolphins. And these are pretty cool. So these are, I think they're just a pair of Jordan 1 lows, but they're inspired, again, by like Off-White. It's kind of hard to tell, and I couldn't find any like up-close pictures of them. But they're, orange and white. They look really cool. Super clean, super subtle. And yeah, I thought they're pretty cool.
Yeah, right there on the left cleat, you can see the kind of that off-white. I don't know what you'd call that, like a description or whatnot.
Yeah, the script.
Yeah, that's a little giveaway right there. Those are cool. I'm a big fan of the off-white stuff. Kind of similar to what I said last week about the Chrome of Hearts with OBJ. It's been done 1,000 times already, but for some reason, this one I don't get tired of seeing every week. And you do usually see this one every week.
Yeah, no, this is, honestly, I am starting to get a little bit tired of it because, we've seen it twice just in this Cleat Heat alone, but the simplicity and how well and how subtle these go with the all-white Miami uniforms, they get a pass in my book. And then same thing with Quincy Williams. The all-black, super subtle, gets another pass. I thought they're pretty cool. So that should bring us to our final Cleat Heat, which hopefully you guys are seeing. You should be. So these are a throwback, man. So these are a pair of Supreme Louis Vuitton inspired. What are these? Nike Vapor Edge 360 Pro 2s? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's what those
usually
look like.
wears the Untouchable Pro 3s, so that's why I was confused. But dude, this brings me back to like the mid 2010s when Supreme was like everything and everyone was obsessed with Supreme and the red box logo and the Louis Vuitton print, and then OBJ wore that red Supreme arm sleeve, and it kind of died off. So seeing it, come back like this, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I was a fan. They look good with these throwback Falcons uniforms as well.
I think the custom Supreme stuff is kind of what paved the way to basically what we were talking about just before. Paved the way to the custom off-white streetwear stuff that we see on the field now, the Louis Vuitton kind of stuff, because it wasn't really until Louis Vuitton and Supreme started doing their stuff together that players really took inspiration and tried to put it on their cleats and their gloves, probably more specifically Odell, because he would have been the one who started it.
the trendsetter himself. But yeah, I mean, just the Supreme getting on the field, it really kind of just jump started this whole new segment of hypebeast football equipment, and it's grown into this crazy thing. You see all sorts of designer stuff on the gridiron these days. You know, Gucci, Supreme, Chrome Hearts, all that cool stuff. You know, it started with this stuff right here.